DanMachi absolutely crushes SAO in every way. SAO is overhyped trash. It has cringe-worthy plot armor, flat characters, and lazy storytelling. Kirito? Bland as cardboard. Meanwhile, DanMachi gives us an actual likable protagonist, real-world building, and fights that make sense. Let's praise DanMachi and forget all about SAO.
Brutal. It's cool how all these background characters look different. JC's staff didn't cut any corners here. Even though this isn't a game anime, I'm getting some strong MMORPG vibes. Some nice advice from Aina here. The food here looks pretty appetizing. Lucy Christian's voice really fits Hestia. If she sounds familiar, she's also the one who voices Nami from One Piece. Bringing your buddy a special treat. Hestia's outfit is really nice. Hestia is bestia. Very sincere conversation here between Belle and Hestia. What a good Samaritan. Wow, that's really nice of Seer. Free stuff is always a win, especially food. The food here looks pretty appetizing. The food here also looks pretty appetizing. Bet's character design looks really cool. Awesome fight scene here. Very genuine internal monologue from Belle here. Hestia is very naughty for a goddess. However, it definitely fits with her personality. Very funny facial expression from Hestia here. Very sincere conversation here between Hestia and Belle. Free stuff is always a win, especially food. Some nice advice from Mia here. The food here looks pretty appetizing. Freya's character design is really nice and her dress is very beautiful. It definitely fits with her character since she's the goddess of beauty. Very funny reaction from Hestia here. Very funny facial expression from Hestia here. That guy's armor looks pretty cool. Hestia is savage. The food here looks pretty appetizing. Self-awareness win. Free stuff is always a win. Hestia's motivation is very heartfelt. It's cool how Hephaestus has a secret blacksmithing room. It definitely fits with her character since she's the goddess of smithing. The ear wiggling here is very cute. This looks like the Colosseum in Rome. That's pretty cool. Multitasking win. The crepe here looks pretty appetizing. Very sincere moment here between Belle and Hestia. Eyes is really awesome. Very genuine conversation here between Hestia and Belle. Optimism. That knife looks really cool. That's not exactly the most creative name, but it's very fitting, so I'll give a win for that. It's nice how Belle always believes in Hestia. Awesome fight scene here. Belle is very humble and honest. Very heartfelt conversation here between Belle and Hestia. Aina's outfit is really nice. Compliments. The armor here looks pretty cool. Ah, so Hestia offered to work for Hephaestus in exchange for the knife. It's nice how she's doing all of this for Belle. Also, Hestia's work outfit is really nice. It's cool how this elevator is powered by a crystal. Now we know one of the uses for the crystals. Free stuff is always a win. Very sincere conversation here between Aina and Belle. It's nice how Belle protected Lily Ruka. Belle's new armor looks pretty cool. Honesty. Very funny reaction from Belle here. Wow, there's even gnomes in this anime. That's pretty cool. That plate has a cool design. Belle is such a nice guy. The Soma Familia emblem looks pretty cool. Freya's outfit is very risque. Very funny reaction from Hestia here. Hestia still looks pretty cute without the pigtails. Some pretty clever hiding techniques. Awesome fight scene here. Saving your buddy in the nick of time. Sharing is caring. A Belle Firebolt montage is the fastest way to kill monsters and get crystals. Floor boss. I guess this anime is more similar to Sword Art Online than I thought. Dang, Belle's mom must have been pretty hot. It's funny how Belle just literally rolls away. Ah, that explains how Belle was able to use Firebolt. Taking care of your buddy's mess. Yukihiro would be disappointed. It's nice how Belle defends Lily Ruka. This anime does a good job portraying Lily Ruka's tragic backstory. These coins all have a really cool design. Well, at least that guy gave Lily Ruka some food in the end. So, sharing win. Etiquette win. Awesome fight scene here between Belle and this orc. Brutal. Cinderella reference. I guess the orc didn't see that coming. Pun intended. Ged's facial expression is really creepy. It definitely fits with his personality though. Not giving up. Very heartfelt internal monologue from Lily Ruka here. Saving your buddy in the nick of time. Those shields look pretty cool. It's nice how Belle didn't abandon Lily Ruka even though she betrayed him. Very genuine internal monologue from Belle here. Very sincere conversation here between Belle and Lily Ruka. Belle's reasoning here is very genuine. Once again, Freya's outfit is very risque. This is a really awesome shot. The wine sort of represents a red ocean. The ear wiggle sound effect is very adorable. It's nice how Belle still believes in Lily Ruka even though she tricked him. Hestia's reaction here is pretty funny. Honesty. It's funny how you can still hear Hestia and Lily Ruka arguing from so far away. These guys' workout routine. Returning your buddy's lost item. Belle's reaction here is very funny. Otar's workout routine. This scene here kind of reminds me of Attack on Titan. Napping win. Wow, Hestia has a lot of different jobs. It's nice how she's doing all of this to support Belle. Also, Hestia's headband is pretty cute. Very funny facial expression from Hestia here. Brutal. Seer did a good job bamboozling Belle. Very sincere conversation here between Belle and Ryu. That guy's workout routine. Also, that's a pretty cool helmet. Wow, Belle can also dual wield. I guess he must have a really fast reaction time. Awesome fight scene here between Belle and this Minotaur. Saving your buddy in the nick of time. Well, I guess that's a good reason. I think Freya is enjoying this a tad bit too much. But hey, nothing wrong with that. Awesome fight scene here between Belle and this Minotaur. Brutal. Also, it's cool how Belle was able to defeat the Minotaur all by himself. himself. Fire Blizzard and Tornado Typhoon are some very cool nicknames. That armor is pretty lit. Honesty. The food here looks very appetizing. Awesome fight scene here. It's cool how all these guys were inspired by Belle. Wow, there's even dragons in this anime, that's pretty cool. Saving your buddy in the nick of time. The food here looks very appetizing. Very sincere internal monologue from Wealth here. That's a very fitting name. Working together. The feather on Hermes' hat is very fitting. That's a funny looking cup. The head patting sound effect is very adorable. Running in flip-flops. As I said in the other video, even though this isn't a game anime, I'm getting some strong MMORPG vibes. Being efficient. Very funny facial expression from Hestia here. That's a very cool spell. Awesome fight scene here between Belle and this Minotaur. Hestia looks pretty cute with glasses. Wow, there's even titans in this anime. That's pretty cool. Not giving up. Very funny reaction from Belle here. Another funny reaction from Belle here. It's cool how this dungeon floor has a crystal ceiling. Also, it's interesting how each floor has a different style and theme. It definitely reminds me of the different floors in Sword Art Online. The food here looks very appetizing. Sharing is caring. Very touching moment here between Hestia and Belle. It's cool how this lamp is lit by a crystal rather than by a candle. There's a lot of consistency in this anime. The lighting of this floor at nighttime gives off a very calm and peaceful vibe. The crystals here are very beautiful. Wow, there's even pterodactyls in this anime. That's pretty cool. That is a pretty good reason. Very funny reaction from Belle here. I definitely watched this anime for the plot. Ah yes, the plot is indeed very good. Very funny reaction from Belle here. Belle is both the luckiest and unluckiest guy in anime history. It's nice how Ryu is letting Belle off that easily. Some very sincere advice from Belle here. Compliments. The lighting of this town gives off a very cozy vibe. Rescuing your buddy. Very touching moment here between Hestia and Belle. Attack on DanMachi. It's cool how everyone is working together to fight Goliath. The red tinge here is definitely a nice touch. It represents the dire atmosphere. Bravery win. Saving your buddy in the nick of time. It's nice how Hestia always believes in Belle. I guess Goliath didn't see that coming. Pun intended. That's a pretty cool spell. That's a very helpful note. Another helpful note. The animation of this fight scene is fantastic. It's cool how Belle is the one who defeated Goliath in the end. Whoa, Belle is Zeus's grandson? That's very interesting. I certainly didn't expect that twist. Ah, that explains why this anime has a Familia Myth subtitle under its official title. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Which anime should I do next? Leave a suggestion in the comments below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.
As you can see, DanMachi is leagues ahead of SAO in every way. The story in DanMachi is rich and exciting, with real stakes and a world that feels alive. The characters actually grow and have depth, making you care about their journeys. Meanwhile, SAO is just boring and bland. The story gets stuck in a rinse and repeat cycle, with Kirito always swooping in as some overpowered, emotionless savior. The characters barely change, and the emotional moments fall flat because you're too busy trying not to cringe at how forced everything feels. If you want an anime that actually respects its audience and delivers a great story, DanMachi is where it's at. SAO, a lifeless, overhyped disaster. DanMachi is just pure fun from start to finish. Every episode is packed with exciting battles, meaningful character development, and a world full of interesting lore that pulls you in. It's entertaining because it knows how to balance action, humor, and heart without trying too hard. You actually enjoy watching the characters grow, face challenges, and build real relationships. On the other hand, SAO, it's a total snooze fest. The pacing is all over the place. The dialogue feels like it's written by a robot, and don't even get me started on the pointless filler arcs. It's painful to sit through because you're constantly watching Kirito walk through life on easy mode, with every problem magically solving itself. Where's the tension? Where's the struggle? Sitting through SAO feels like a chore, while DanMachi keeps you hooked and actually excited for what comes next. Seriously, do yourself a favor. Skip SAO altogether and just dive into DanMachi. You'll thank me later. SAO is a waste of time with its repetitive plots and frustratingly bad writing. It's an anime that's all flash, no substance, and leaves you wondering why you even bothered in the first place. DanMachi delivers everything SAO wishes it could. It keeps you entertained without making you roll your eyes every 5 minutes. Trust me, save yourself the headache, skip the disappointment that is Sword Art Online, and enjoy the fun, exciting ride that DanMachi offers. For another interesting movie, check out Inheritance.
Inheritance is a 2020 American thriller movie. If you're unsure about the ending, then you definitely came to the right place. In this video, I'll explain the ending of Inheritance. This video will contain spoilers for Inheritance, so make sure you watch that movie first before watching this video. Anyways, let's get started. So towards the end of the movie, we find out the truth about quote-unquote Morgan. His real name is Carson and he's not as innocent as he claims. He was the one who killed Archer with poison. Furthermore, we learned that back in the day, Carson Catherine, and Archer found out about it. Archer and Carson were arguing about it in the car, and that's when the accident happened. Archer knew that Carson would ruin him, and that's why he locked Carson up in the bunker. Archer wanted Carson to suffer, and some fates are worse than death, so that's why he didn't just kill him immediately. Another twist is that Carson claims he's Lauren's real father. He gets killed right after that, so we don't find out any more information about this. But is Carson actually telling the truth here? This is just a hunch, but I honestly believe that he is. While Carson is a huge liar and manipulator, he did tell the truth about a few things. For example, Archer had a mistress and son that Lauren didn't even know about. Additionally, Carson wasn't lying about the body that was buried, and he wasn't lying about how Archer killed a person either. I don't see why Carson would be lying about being Lauren's real father. He thought he was in control at this point, so it's not like he needed to trick his way out of the situation. We did see that Carson Catherine in the past, and this is most likely when Catherine got pregnant with Lauren. It's important to note that Catherine never straight up denies the claim that Carson is Lauren's real father, so this is further proof that Carson was telling the actual truth. Otherwise, Catherine should be disproving what was said. And like I said before, this is just a guess. This doesn't seem like the type of movie that will get a sequel, so we'll probably never find out the real answer. Carson being Lauren's real father does make sense in the context of the story though. It explains why Lauren never seemed to fit in with the rest of the Monroe family. Additionally, Archer only left Lauren $1 million, while her brother William got $20 million. This goes to show that Archer probably knew that Lauren wasn't his real daughter, and that's why he left William a ton more money. Overall, the lesson to be learned from the movie is that ignorance is bliss. Sometimes it's better to not know the truth about something, so that you don't have to worry about it. If Lauren had just thrown away the key to the bunker, and let Carson rot away, then she wouldn't be in this situation. Harold wouldn't be dead, and the Monroe's family secrets wouldn't have been exposed to Lauren either. She could have just went on living her idealistic life, and nothing would have changed. What did you think of Inheritance? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. I personally thought it was decent. It was really interesting to see Simon Pegg in a role like this. It's very different than what he usually does. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a future upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.